Hello my dear anime friends, in this video I will be giving you a recap of the movie called Tekkonkinkreet, which is also known as Black and White. Sit back, relax and enjoy. The orphans Black and White, who call themselves cats, look out over the streets of Takaramachi, which is also called Treasure Town. Once a thriving city, it is now a slum full of criminal gangs who are at odds with each other. Even the people who sell food are upset about the drop in tourists. The brothers Dusk and Dawn walk right into the territory of the cats. At the same time, Yakuza member Suzuki, also known as Rat, and Kimura show up to make their presence known. Sitting on a high pole, Black calls out to White, but his partner has already seen them. Without realizing it, the Motormouth brothers said they were going to get rid of the cats and take over their territory. The cats watch and listen with amusement before chasing after the rival pair. These kids fly around the city using Parker skills that are out of this world. The cats get them to follow them to a clock tower, where they fight Dusk and Dawn and win. Black is street smart, even if he is violent. Younger White is different because he often hallucinates and isn't in touch with reality that much. They stole small things to get by on the rough streets and save money to build a house on the beach. Fujimura and Sawada, two police officers, run into Suzuki and his men. From how they talk to each other, it seems like they have met before. As the policemen leave, the Rat gives hints about what they are going to do in a threatening manner. Later that night, a local gang, the Apache, and the Yakuza, who are moving in, get into a fight. They don't back down, so the gang of criminals has to leave. The gangsters in the area celebrate their small win. Gramps, an old veteran, has to beg to make ends meet, but most people turn him away. The cats get together with the two police officers to talk about the Yakuza coming back to town. It turns out that Gramps is like a teacher to the kids who were abandoned. He tells them what to do as they wash in a public bath house. The boss calls Suzuki in to find out what is going on with the forced eviction of the residents. Vanilla, an Apache member, wants to join Kimura's crew. To build trust, he tells them some important things about Choco, the leader of the Apaches. To show how much they appreciate him, they cut off both of his ears and give them to his other gang members to scare them. Choco confronts Kimura but gets manhandled by his men. Meanwhile, Black is livid and makes his way to the Yakuza hideout. He bursts in through the window, beating Kimura and his men. Coming into a destroyed office, the boss and the Rat scolds their underlings for allowing this to happen. White is unhappy with Black for challenging the Yakuza without him and feels he has always been shielded from danger. Suzuki instructs Kimura to take some time off from work. He reluctantly agrees. After their failed takeover, Dusk and Dawn reconcile with the cats. They explain that they were kicked out of territory by 3 assassins. They are only surpassed in strength by a mysterious character called the Minotaur. Black disregards the warning. White gives them their saved-up money as a parting gift. The suspended gangster is spending some quality time with his girlfriend, where she tells him she's pregnant. This news doesn't seem to lift his spirits as he goes on a drunken tirade at a bar, complaining about being sidelined. Seeing him in this pitiful state, Snake enters and offers him the opportunity to work for him. Before leaving, the boss and his associates are joined by Snake as they discuss their plan to turn Treasure Town into an entertainment powerhouse. This will bring in unimaginable profits. Fall approaches. The Yakuza's plans are in full swing as the town is turning into a construction site. Kimura decides to accept Snake's offer to work for him. Suzuki comes to check on him since he quit the organization due to his girl's pregnancy. White rummages through some trash but stops when he sees 3 dangerous men pass through. He alerts Black of their presence. They go to scout. Dusk's warning about the 3 assassins was credible as they now stand before Black. Snake hired them to find and kill the cats. The duo makes their way back to their makeshift home but are welcomed by one of the assassins. A fight breaks out, destroying their home. The cats try to escape as they are outclassed, but the giant pursues them. The chase comes to an end as they crash into a warehouse. White sets him on fire, and before he can kill Black, exhausted and mildly wounded, they take rest at a local park. Black leaves White to go pick up some of their belongings from their hideout. White wakes up after one of his hallucinations. Leaving the park while wandering the streets, White runs into assassin number 2. Fujimura catches a glimpse of White getting chased and quickly asks Sawada to stop the car. They both join the pursuit. Trapped in a corner, the stray cat is stabbed. Meanwhile, Black goes back to the hideout after having no luck finding his partner. The police catch up, but they are too late as the assassin makes his escape. With the blade lodged into his stomach, White makes his way back home, where Black is anxiously waiting. He is taken to the hospital, and everyone is shocked when he pulls through. He gives permission for the police to put White in protective custody. White is very active in the back of the car. He has cut ties with him and feels betrayed. Winter comes, and it seems to fit with how Black is right now. Since he lost White, he has become more bloodthirsty and cold. Since there was fighting in the Yakuza, Suzuki had to leave. He has friends who work for the police, and they offer to protect him. Unlike Black, White has fully adjusted to living under police protection. Sawada is worried that he doesn't ask him about his old partner. White says that something is wrong with him and Black. When they're both together, they make each other whole. The Rat and Black get together to talk about what's going on in their town. Black tells Suzuki that he can see death on the man's face. He laughs it off by saying they'll meet in hell. Snake gives Kimura a gun that can't be found and tells him to kill Suzuki, even though he doesn't want to, because the Rat is his teacher. He calls Suzuki and asks to meet up. They get a drink at a nearby bar before heading to a quiet alleyway. At this point, Suzuki gives up and lets his fate take over. Kimura shoots his mentor and father figure with tears in his eyes. Black comes back later to say that he is dead. Snake sends the last two killers after Black to kill him. At this point, he has gone crazy and is walking around the street with a doll of White. White starts drawing pictures of the Minotaur when he feels the darkness, which confuses Sawada. Black walks into a fairground by accident. The two killers find him and start shooting, scattering the crowd. One of the shots breaks Black's doll. He thinks that this is the real end of White. When he starts to feel hopeless, he quickly snaps out of it and avoids the killer's attempt to kill him. White is having a big mental breakdown at the same time. When Black is backed into a corner, he lets his inner demon, the Minotaur, take over. He stays in the back and watches as the Minotaur easily kills the giants. Snake watches what happens with CCTV. Kimura thought the assassins were disposable, but when he realized his mistake, he turned on Snake and shot him. When he is completely free, the Minotaur wants to eat Black by giving him power. After Kimura turned his back on Snake, Snake's men shot him and his pregnant girlfriend as they tried to leave town. Black has won over his dark side by following White's lead. The manic episode of his partner ends too. They are reunited by Fujimori and Sawada. The movie ends with Black and White escaping to their beach paradise. The end.